Welcome to a very special Infrastructure Masons podcast. I am very excited to have two amazing people join me here today in the studio. And we are going to be talking about the transition of our new CEO. So welcome, Santiago. Santiago Suinaga is our former CEO and our new CEO, Cyre Quiñones. So glad to have you guys here. And rarely do we get an option like this or an opportunity like this where we can have a former CEO, the new CEO, and the founder get together to talk about what's going on. So we're going to structure the conversation. We're going to take a look at where we were, where we are, and where we're going.
That's great.
So welcome. I'm so glad to have you here.
Thank you. Thank you, Dean and Cyre for visiting me. It's good to catch up with good old friends.
Much better weather here than in Virginia.
There you go. It's a little cold. Yeah, for sure. And also, we have our own official Siri now, right? So I should be able to ask you anything about anything. In 6 seconds, you'll give me an answer, right?
Something like that. Exactly.
Amazing. This is a human GPT. It works out well.
Perfect.
All right. So let me back up a little bit. I want to tell a little bit of the history of how iMasons started and build into this. So I started Infrastructure Masons back in 2016. So April 2nd, 2016. And that was to really bring our community together. And what was important to me was we were all so busy and there's so much growth, even back then, trying to deal with all of it. But we really didn't have a forum and a way that we could actually have individuals come together. We had lots of company type organizations and things. But really, how do we go back and unite? And so uniting the builders of the digital age was really the core focus of this. And as I zoom forward today, it is mind-blowing to me where we are. Over 6,000 people, 4,000 members within the platform itself, but they represent $1.5 trillion of infrastructure across 130 countries. That's a lot of responsibility. And I think that we've brought together some incredible people that actually care. The ones that want to go back and unite the builders of the digital age on a greater digital future. And the core focus on how we can help people drive innovation that leads to efficiency has stayed the same. And all the pillars that we've built upon. And watching what's going on in the industry, it is probably, I've never, 36-year career, ever seen anything like this. We've doubled the industry in the last 2 years. Doubled the industry. That is just crazy. We are most likely going to triple in the next 5. Yeah. So by the end of this decade, we're going to have more infrastructure than we've ever built in the last 30 years.
Yeah, mind-blowing.
So let's take a quick look at the foundation of this. So a little less than 2 years ago, you stepped into the role of CEO of iMasons, and you were the very first CEO. Why did you do that?
Yeah, what's an honor for me. I've been following iMasons for many years as a member and even with my former company. And when I listened to your story and what iMasons have created, it was very inspirational. And when the opportunity came for joining iMasons, I decided to join the community, this role, because I knew that it was a very interesting way to to contribute to this amazing industry that has given me a lot throughout these years,
mm-hmm.
and in the same way to get a holistic view of the industry and also bring my vision into the organization of what we can do better, as well, being on the other side of the table,
right,
as a member partner of what possibly some of the partners were looking for.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and so you brought a very fresh perspective, what was very realistic about what value there is. And one of the things I most appreciate of what you've done is you create a structure and a value proposition, and you listened to all the different members and the partner companies to come up with that. And that has now resulted in some numbers that are pretty impressive. So tell us where we are right now.
Yeah. When I stepped, as you mentioned, my first task was to listen.
Mm-hmm.
To listen to our partners, to our members, about what their impressions, there were their challenges, or what they were looking for to iMasons. So the stats are pretty interesting, and the numbers are just outstanding. And there is like, it's when we put together these initiatives, we had double the number of members, double the partner base. Therefore, the funding that has helped us to run more initiatives and programs. And I guess it's part of a reflection of the industry boom that we're seeing, but also that we have been able to capitalize that momentum in terms of, for many of us in the industry, there are high expectations, and iMasons is no different. As a unified voice of the industry, there were very high expectations to catch up with the industry momentum. And I think we capitalize, by listening and polishing our value proposition of what our partners were looking for.
Yeah. And right now we're in the best state that we've ever been. And so we're going into our 10-year anniversary. So 2026, it's amazing how fast. So iMasons 1.0 was establishing it, but the vision has stayed the same. iMasons 2.0 was formalizing and build a foundation. iMasons 3.0 is going to be building on that foundation and taking us even further. So, Cyre, welcome as our new CEO.
Thank you. And thank you, Santiago, for all of your amazing work the last almost 2 years that you've been here. As a longtime member in iMasons, it was so cool to see all of the evolution of the company. And I can only imagine you must feel like such a proud parent.
It does feel like that, yeah.
Congratulations again, Cyre.
Thank you.
Yeah, so and congratulations on your new role at Stream Data Centers.
Thank you very much. Yeah, that
Very
opportunity came, and it was a very good opportunity, and I'm so happy to be as well on the data center leasing side again.
Yeah, and the thing is that what's really important for us is when members when members come in, we leave our companies at the door. We connect as professionals, right? You never know who you're going to work for, or who's going to work for you. And in the end, it's about you. Yeah. And what I love, so when you change jobs and you change different things, you don't lose status. You are who you are, right? You are who you are, and you bring your value to it. And that's the beauty of iMasons, is bringing this community together. And we're watching so much change going on right now. But let's go back. So iMasons 3.0. So here we are. Cyre, I'm not sure if everybody is aware of you. I've had the pleasure of working with you for the last couple of years on a number of different programs, I think as Santiago as well, because thank you for being a member and the contributions you made. But tell us your story. Where'd you come from? How'd you get here?
Of course. Well, to piggyback on what you just said, thank you again for having me and allowing me to join the iMasons familia, as I'll say, with the two Latinos in the room and our honorary Latino.
I'm in.
So if you don't know me, I'm New Yorican from the Bronx. So I like to say from the Bronx to the boardroom.
Bronx to the boardroom. I love it.
Yes, I'm a very purpose-driven person, and I'll never forget our first coffee in New York City.
Yes.
Where you really shared vulnerably why you started this company in the first place. And you had me at hello, as we hear.
And thank you, Joe Reale, for connecting us. He's just the biggest dot connector, and
Yes.
an amazing guy.
Yeah, Joe Reale, Yvonne Valdez, and Gloria
Yes.
Massey. I mean, those three were incredible mentors to me and opened me up to this new family that I am now so proud to belong to, and excited to kick off what the future will be like.
Yeah, and let's talk a little bit about that. So the foundation that's been built. Tell us what you see. Because you're not just coming into a new role blind. You've been part of building many of these different things. So tell us what you see as a focus area for you as an incoming CEO.
Absolutely. I mean, I think Santiago started the right way, and I plan to start the same, right? Listening first and really understanding what do our members need now, and what you needed yesterday when Santiago was here is different today and will be different tomorrow. So I want to make sure that I'm part of that evolution with our members, with the industry. And I think this meeting here today is a perfect example of that. The industry changes so quickly. And you need that partnership and that strategy amongst us as community members, not as companies we belong to, but as members of one living, breathing organism that is the digital infrastructure industry.
Mm-hmm. So let's talk about some of the programs you've been involved with as well. So we've got the Social Accord, the Climate Accord. Like, just walk us through a number of those things.
Oh, absolutely. So I started by leading the Latinx initiatives with Claudia Massey and Yvonne Valdez.
Yep.
Learning a lot about our member resources groups, getting involved in understanding who really makes this community and what was important to them.
Mm-hmm.
And then as time passed, I had the opportunity to meet Santiago at one of the iMasons galas in London, and you really break bread and you start to understand what does Santiago need as part of KIO, and how does that tie him into iMasons and the value that this organization brought back to his company and vice versa. So as we look forward into the future, I look forward to accelerating some of these programs as well. The Social Accord is at the top of everyone's mind nowadays. The perception of the industry and that intentionality behind what we're doing is key to anything that we're doing moving forward.
Just take a minute on that, because maybe not everybody knows what the Social Accord is.
Absolutely. I mean, it's a methodology that we've started to put in place to enable us to really define what is the impact of a data center on a local community. And many of us who've been in the industry, we know we have been in the community, but have we really been of the community? That's the future we're seeking.
Of the community, meaning we're a good neighbor.
Correct.
And what is a good neighbor?
Yes, one that cares.
One that listens, one that can actually collaborate and adjust to that community's needs.
Absolutely.
And I think this is really important. So socialaccord.org is one that people should definitely take a look at. But the framework that you and I spent a lot of time on was, how do we balance economic, ecological, and social elements on a spider graph that enables us to go back and be a good neighbor, to be of that community, to add value to the people that live and work there, including us.
Yeah.
So this is super important for the perception element of it. Is again, our industry's growing so fast, so that's a big one.
Yeah, making sure people understand that it's not scaling the industry at all costs. It is really scaling with the balance of the three. And every community may need a little bit of something different. Maybe it's more economic on one side, maybe it's more ecological on the other side, or more social. That's the point of the methodology we've built. It's something that is flexible and can be globally and locally applied.
And the principles that were applied were from the Climate Accord. And the Climate Accord is probably the largest and has the most impact ever. And so, what Miranda has done as executive director of that is outstanding. So the growth, right, the impact we've got specifically on materials, equipment, and power, and the maturity working model, right, maturity model and things that are going on. I just was the reason I'm on a little bit of a high is last month we had the time to get everybody together. And bringing all those leaders together, again, more purpose-driven people that just care about doing things efficiently and drive sustainable digital infrastructure. So Climate Accord, Social Accord, and then we also had the convening of the power element, that power consortium.
Yes.
And that was a really important thing. And both of you were at that session.
Yeah,
Virginia.
Virginia, yeah. Yep. Visiting Cyre, right there. Yeah, the power is, as mentioned, we have the most pressing topics right now in the industry probably are the power, the perception, the people as well. But on the power side, we bring together the community of, the different stakeholders on digital infrastructure to speak with the energy sector and the regulators to see the whole picture, right? Another big one initiative that was very well received from the partners are the member stories.
Right.
Because the member partner feature stories tells you the place they play in this, ecosystem. Yeah. So all are very great initiatives that we're looking forward to continue seeing and watching the evolution.
Yeah.
So there's things that are in place that are growing. But what else are you thinking about?
Oh, absolutely. Thinking about, how do we continue to get our members to get more involved in these initiatives? As we know, we're a volunteer organization. So we really work on harnessing that passion that the companies and the people have to drive these initiatives forward. Yeah. And, success stories like the Climate Accord and the FERC comments that we were just putting together and submitting is a perfect example of leaving that hat at the door and really coming together as humans, representing humanity, the future that we want represented for those people, and really delivering the results on these concepts, right? Now we have great definition around amazing initiatives. Now it's time to really deliver some of those results.
And I think we don't know what we don't know yet.
Absolutely.
So just like when you stepped in, Santiago, it was interesting as you listened, more things emerged. And I know, because we've got so much demand going on and so many challenges across the industry to deliver on that demand, there's going to be more opportunities that pop up.
Yep.
But I think what's important in this is that if you notice a theme through everything, it is community. It's our community. It's uniting that community. It's for us to bring people together to compound the impact. So I'm just very proud of the community that we brought back together. So as we wrap this back up, I want to have you guys give me just one sentence or one thought to the community itself. So let's start with you, Santiago. What would you like to leave?
It's like stay bold, stay engaged. Keep pushing the boundaries of what's possible.
Mm-hmm.
The industry needs a common and neutral voice to foster collaboration among peers and different stakeholders.
Mm-hmm.
Together, our voice is not just stronger and louder. It delivers a harmonized message
Mm-hmm.
with regulators, with communities, with innovators, and the overall society at this special critical point in history as we are building the foundations of the AI.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm looking forward to witness Cyre's tremendous success at iMasons, and congratulations again, Cyre. You're landing in a beautiful place, and I'm pretty sure you'll have a lot of fun, success, and with this amazing family.
Thank you, Santiago. Thank you. Growing up, my parents are ex-heroin addicts, but one of the things they always said was the depth of your struggle will determine the height of your success.
Wow.
And I think that's where we are as an industry, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't like to say challenges. I like to say opportunities, right? Because it is these opportunities, the struggle that we will handle together as a family, as a community, that we will learn from, that we will grow from. So I think that's the future that I see. That's my call to action to the iMasons community is step in, get involved. Don't be afraid. We're in this together, and we'll push through the things that are challenging us to define what that new future is going to look like.
Mm-hmm. Excellent. Well, I think we're officially handing the baton today. Again, thank you very much for your leadership, the foundation you built, your passion, and your contributions to the community. And you're not getting away.
No, I promise I won't be
There you go.
a stranger. I've been always a fan of iMasons. Thanks you for the opportunity to let me lead it for that time. And Stream Data Centers is also a global partner, so I'm looking forward to stay involved because, as I mentioned, iMasons is a perfect forum for this industry to synchronize in messaging strategy, and so.
Yeah, absolutely. And we've all the best to Stream as well. Such an exciting time for you.
Thank you.
And Cyre, again, thank you for stepping in. This is an amazing role, and we have so much opportunity in front of us. And I appreciate you coming into the family. And for everybody else out there, please stay in touch with us. You can reach out to myself, Dean at iMasons, Cyre at iMasons. We still have Santiago at iMasons, but we want the community to continue to double down. So thank you for being with me, and we'll go on to 3.0.